Peace, family. Welcome to another episode. Underground Railroad Productions, man. Got Red Pill out here with the drip, man. Damn, this new you got, brother? What? Let me see the sweater. Let me see the coat of arms, my brother.
Oh, yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, we just got this back from the suppliers. Yeah.
Bro, that's
that Kings County coat of arms.
the coat of arms.
Yeah. You know.
Bro, that's crazy right there. You step your game up, my brother. I gotta, not to say that it wasn't already high, brother, but you just keep getting better. And I could admire that, because sometimes when somebody's great, they stay at that great level, but it's like you have no ceiling with your greatness, with your clothing, brother. So I commend you on
my children.
Yeah, I commend you on what you're doing, my brother.
Thank
True
you.
fashion icon out here in the conscious, cultural, woke community, or just in general, my brother.
Appreciate that. That means a lot coming from you, brother.
Yeah, because you know I'm from Harlem. I'm fly like a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Take a lot to get a Harlem dude to give it up to somebody from out of BK on a fashion tip. So that's y'all don't understand the cultural significance behind that statement. But yeah, I appreciate that, man. That's what's up.
But yo, listen, man. A conversation that continues that needs to be talked about continuously. And that is one of our people getting involved with technology. When I say getting involved, I don't mean just reading memes and doing this challenge or that challenge. I'm talking about benefiting from technology the way other coaches are. One person that seems to be doing great, man, I mean, this dude seems to be striking gold. Every year I hear another investment success story from this brother, and I'm talking about Nas, the rapper Nas. Now, I've been hearing about him investing in this, what do you call that, venture capitalist?
Yeah, angel investors, venture capitalists, you know.
So let me tell you the newest one, man. I'm proud of the brother, real proud of the brother. Because it was like for a second, Jay and Diddy, they was just making, I'm like, damn, Nas is one of the greats. So
it's throwing up, you know what I mean? That's on Forbes, just defecating like.
Now Nas could be up there with them.
Yeah.
What's better than 2 billionaires? 3. You know what I'm saying? That type of shit. But let me read the article. Viacom acquires Nas invested company Pluto TV for $340 million. According to Business Wire, Pluto TV, which Nas company Queensbridge Venture Partners invested in 2014, has been acquired by media corporation Viacom for $340 million. According to Pluto TV's corporate website, some of the other investors and advisors for the company include Universal Music Group, U.S. Venture Partners, and Third Wave Capital, and more. So it goes on, so Queensbridge Venture Partners has been killing the investment game, and this is far from the first success story. In the summer of 2018, PillPack, which is a door-to-door pharmacy service backed by prolific MC's venture capital fund since 2014, was acquired by Amazon for $1 billion. In March 2018, Amazon acquired the smart doorbell company Ring for $1 billion. Nas made $40 million in that deal, and even earlier in his investment journey, Nas placed investments in companies like Genius, Lyft.
Yeah, he was in Genius and Lyft.
And SeatGeek. You're like, bro.
All right.
Wow.
Question.
I mean, I want you to go in, brother, because this dude is this luck? Is this a formula that we can follow as well? What's going on with this, brother? Because this brother's doing his thing. Shout out to Nas.
Well, to be honest with you, you know, in 2018, when we look at the icons of hip hop, you know, outside of what we're shown with Where Are They Now and Unsung, there needs to be more of a highlight. There needs to be more emphasis. There needs to be more of a concerted effort by black media to begin to highlight those icons whose music we still listen to and who have a great impact and inspiration on multiple generations, right? Nas was spitting since 1990 or 91. So it's when you look at his other contemporaries, Sean Puffy Combs and our brother Jay-Z, Sean Carter, you know, they've also shown a lot of luck when it comes to their investments,
business
and their
savvy.
endeavors, business savvy. You feel me? Like, there's just the aspect of, you know, what an elder statesman in hip hop supposed to look like. They've been able to create that mold, because prior to that, the mold wasn't necessarily established because Where Are They Now and Unsung kept rolling out bodies. They was giving you, you know what I'm saying?
Washed
like,
up. Niggas that was
they was giving you the best of the spin cycle. Like, you feel me?
Yeah,
These dudes was on rinse. Like, you know, cocaine is a hell of a drug type of thing. You know what I'm talking about? But they've been able to reestablish. Look, the homie from Sugar Hill Gang, right? One of the members got locked up for a body. He was working in the parking industry in the city, which is basically conquered by people from Madagascar. You know what I'm talking about? Like, why is he even in that environment? That's not even a job market for a black American, let alone an icon of hip hop. So these brothers are shaping and molding what it is to be an elder statesman in hip hop. Dr. Dre as well with the Beats headphone. That's the first successful, I would say, multi-million-dollar venture in the tech boom. Cause you brought up technology, but I'm like, scrap that. Let's talk tech boom.
What do you mean? What's the difference? Tech boom, technology.
You got technology, you got education, entertainment, but there's markets that are booming. Technology would be at the top of that. So it doesn't go into just not saying technology. No, call it for what it is in the times that we live in. It's almost like me talking to you about gold, but I don't say the gold boom. No, my G, there's a boom taking place. Meaning, whatever you throw up, you could, you know what I'm talking about? This is the no look, half court, $10,000 mid-range shot. And the chances for you to hit that shot are like 50-50 at this point. That's what a tech boom is. So what Nas has done is, and the reason why I say that anybody could do it, he has a team who is not robbing him. That is very important because it's a lot of rich Negroes that are out there getting what they call the proverbial bag. But when we look at the episodes or Where Are They Now and Unsung, there's always a familiar culprit, and that's the financial advisor, that's the tour manager, and that's the manager, or the people who are basically investing your money for you, the ones who you trust to put your money somewhere where it's gonna flip, and also not only somewhere that it's gonna flip. When it flips, you could go to your public relations or your PR and get the story put out there. It's not a business that you're not ashamed of, because a lot of these individuals are invested in private prison. When their stock split, you can't really put that out there. You're investing in, you're an angel investor, or you're a shadow investor on some kind of endeavors that you can't put out there because of Uncle Sam, IRS, FBI, you know what I'm saying? Some niggas is invested in the bando. You can't necessarily, you can't celebrate, well, they in Gold Room in Atlanta and you know, and Magic City celebrating, but they can't necessarily put it on a wire to do what? To inspire the generations that you have already inspired, who are living vicariously through you and basically mimicking your steps. So if Sean Carter was to still be saying, yo, I'm moving work, I'm selling crack and whatnot, there would be thousands of people who switched up their game, legalized their hustle, grew up, you know what I mean, bigged up their whatever they're into. Yeah, so what we see in this whole situation with Nas is he is an investor in a website. The reason why I say that we all could do what he does is because it's not a secret society. This is a public website that anybody can access. It's called Angel List. AngelList.com. I did a lecture in the year of 2014 entitled "The Evolution Will Be Digitized," and in this lecture I laid out a lot of information about a lot of things that we see taking place right now in society, and it was heavy on technology. So I brought up Angel List, which is a site for angel investors, venture capitalists, that the average everyday man and woman could play a part in, and strike gold. So for those of us who have expendable income, for those of us that are sitting on some bread, for those of us who are willing to take that risk because we understand that the reward equals the risk, that's something that you should definitely look into. Nas has partners, he has people that are working with them. These investors are wise in the businesses that they're sitting down and deciding to invest in. I believe he has a partner by the name of Anthony Salah. I don't know if that's his manager or whatever, but on the website they mentioned his name. I did some research on Mr. Salah, and Mr. Salah, you know, he's a wise man himself. So for a brother like Nas to stand on intelligence as the hallmark of the kind of, he's known as a conscious MC, it's only right that he does conscious things with his money. So he's a full package when it comes to, you know, how he carries himself business-wise. I'm not getting into his bedroom. That's for y'all to do. You know what I'm saying? I'm speaking about the way that he moves as a businessman and the way that he's conducting himself as an elder statesman in hip-hop. That is a great example. The reason why I say that the Diddy's of the world, the Sean Carters and whatnot, are a great example for the people who are following them is only because if you look at the messages and where they were pointing people 10 years ago compared to where they're pointing them now, I mean, goddamn it, you can't, I mean, you know, you can't have your cake, you know. I respect where they're leading people. That's all I would have to say about that. I could appreciate the direction that they are leading people based off of their investments in their business endeavors, and the fact that they're showing young black boys and girls that you could be a serial entrepreneur, meaning that you don't have to be only a rapper. Shout out to young Draco. You don't only have to be a rapper. You could sell, you know, you could sell white market, what do they call it, white label cosmetics. Like how a Kylie Jenner became a billionaire. I don't know if her cosmetics are white label, but I damn sure know that she's not in the lab cooking up lipstick. You know, feel me? These people come out with a line and they say put your name and your brand on it, and she's neck and neck with young. She's in the HOV lane, chasing billions. You know what I'm talking about? Chasing billions. And Dr. Dre got out with Jimmy Iovine, and he transitioned into headphones, but high technology luxury headphones. Diddy and them, they're not selling alcohol. Nas was with Hennessy. He's not, we don't know about his riches and these billions that they're talking about from alcohol. That's a step. He might have took that Hennessy money and invested it in Internet of all things technology, or invested it into virtual reality technology, or invested it into coding or whatnot, because he understands that that's a boom. And when you invest in booms, you could get your highest return on ROI, return on investment. So that, you know, marijuana, legal marijuana is booming right now. Internet of all things is booming right now. Virtual is booming right now. Anything health and wellness. If you can help people extend their life, boom. Jump into boom. Stop playing in fields. Selling drugs at the deli, that's not booming anymore. Tapping into CD medical marijuana, nigga, that's booming. You know what I'm talking about? One thing is analog, the other thing is digital. Facts. So that's what, yeah, salute to that guy.
Very much so. Red, traditional, I guess, from what I notice about the black community is that, and Boyce Watkins talk about this often.
Shout out Boyce.
Yeah, shout out to Boyce Watkins. Check out his YouTube and his website. We're more into saving versus investing. They have a saying that says scared money don't make money.
That's right.
It's kind of ballsy, you know, when you only making 40 grand a year to put up, take your savings and invest 5 or 6 or 7 grand or 9 grand or whatever. So people are scared to invest in something that they know won't come back and make the money, so they rather just save it. Red, could you talk about the importance of investing versus the stagnation of saving, if there's any such thing as that?
Let's just use 100 racks as an example, right? 100 racks in a shoebox, 100 racks in a mattress, or 100 racks in TD, TD Bank. That shit ain't growing none, no legs. There's no future in saving. If you want to flip, if you want to double, if you want to triple, if you want to stretch by saving and hoarding it, that will not happen. But if you invest, going back to what I was explaining a minute ago about booms, if you invest in booms, there's a real estate boom in America. There's a technology boom, not only in America, there's a technology boom in Africa. There's a manufacturing boom in China. There's a textile boom in Africa. There's a textile boom in China. So if you invest rather than save, then you are what? You show that you're a risk taker, but the reward is in the risk taking. So scared money don't make money, but in the risk is the reward. So if you were to risk $50,000 out of that $100,000 into 5 businesses at $10,000 in investment, businesses grow, businesses expand. You find out the exit strategy for the business that you invest in, and that translates to when are they gonna basically sell the company, sell the intellectual property, sell the licenses, sell the services, sell the products, and then you are able to have a return on that investment. There's not a return on savings, there's a return on investments. So investments is where the money grows. The savings is where you protect the money. But here it is, you might be saving up 100 racks, and then come 2021, 100 racks is gonna only be like 40 racks because inflation might kick in. You feel me? Will kick in. And we know the dollar is not what the dollar was in 2000 or in 1998 or 9 and whatnot. It doesn't have the same strength. For the brothers who travel outside of America and you have to go ahead and trade in your currency, you know that dollar ain't about nothing. So my thing is this: why not invest in things that are growing and pay attention to it? Shout out to all of my brothers and sisters who are day traders. They'll tell you the fallacy in savings. They'll be like, shoot, if I'm sitting on 100 racks, I'm gonna trade 1,000 a day. You don't gotta put everything in one pot. Henceforth, I didn't tell you to jump and throw the whole 100 in. I said invest 50, turn 50 into 100, then you invest 100, but then you already have something to sit on. So the concept of not saving anything, that doesn't make any sense. You're to invest, and then you're to save you are to save what it is that you are able to call profit. You should save that. Because if you invest, and there's no savings, what do you have to fall back on? But to have something and invest nothing, I don't think that that's the proper way of doing it. Not in an economy such as this moving. This thing is moving. I don't know what they've been telling y'all in Victimhood Academy on YouTube, but this thing moving, it's moving. It might not be moving on the chitlin circuit. That shit drying up. The innards, the chitlins are drying up. I'll just let you know. On the chitlin circuit, all of that shit that niggas been selling, yeah, that's drying up. But in other places on a higher echelon, if you're willing to pierce, if you're willing to look through, if you're willing to look past nigga mentality or nigga products, you're gonna find a wealth of a whole bunch of stuff. And then you could insert yourself into the nigga kingdom with something, and you could profit off of that as well. But if you don't have the wherewithal to do it, you have thousands of businesses that you can invest in right now. God damn it, you can invest in Fashion Nova. You can invest in Facebook, Instagram stocks. You can invest in Amazon. You can invest in, you could just pay attention to everything that's going on in social media, and whatever is hot at the moment, invest in that. That's how the game, but they don't teach us this in school. They don't teach us this in college. They don't teach us this on Love and Hip Hop. They don't teach us this on Hot 97. So unfortunately, because of people's limited scope of the world that they live in, remember the perception, right? The deception of your perception. They're deceiving you so that you're perceiving the world or the reality that you exist in as limited. You don't know about abundance because that's not. You don't eat the abundance. You're not that. The breakfast of champions is abundance flakes. You niggas are eating out of scarcity. You're not eating out of abundance, out of the hand, out of the wealth, out of the. You know, this is the water-bearing age. People are not drinking from them barrels, bro. So mentally, they find themselves in a scarce or in scarcity. They're watching all of these documentaries on Netflix. Like I said, Netflix is a translation how to be a drug dealer. That's the only thing. You could stream on how to sell work all day because that's what they promote. Hard body. And a lot of people from our generation grew up watching the documentaries that paid homage to all of the drug dealers. So a lot of our people's minds are stuck on that crack rock or selling dog food or rapping or dribbling a goddamn ball. But it's bigger than that. The world is much bigger than that. And I'm here to let you know that you could basically change, you could create income streams by being a smart investor. That's facts.
Hip hop was real different. You talked about Dre and Nas and Jay, Nas, Dre, Diddy and them. It was a different mind frame in hip hop. We had executives, we had CEOs. These were people who ran record labels.
Yeah.
Today's generation of mumble rappers, they're not. I don't know if they have that mindset. Do you see the mumble generation inspiring the youth to do this type of investment? Are any of them talking about this? I haven't heard it. Or
I mean,
they making a lot of money, man. They making
hand over fist. You know, I don't necessarily know too many of the mumble rappers who have transitioned into a serial entrepreneurship role. One of the closest examples that I could bring to the forefront is Soulja Boy.
Soulja Boy, okay.
You know?
Right.
And with all of the flack that he received over that gaming console, that people were calling an emulator, they were like, yo, that's not even a viable product. You know, I did a little bit of research on it, and he got to grow, he got some growing to do in that realm and whatnot. But what he's done is at least he's moved in the direction to share, to kind of like, go against the grain or go against the quote unquote, the conversation that they're having in the peanut gallery of mumble rap. You feel me? And even people like 21 Savage was like, yo, he's not endorsing wearing jewelry like that because he wants to teach the hood financial literacy. He came back from Hollywood. He saw how they was moving. He's like, yo, I think y'all should spend your money in better places. Why invest 40 racks on one of these, on some drip, when you could put 40 racks on angelinvestor.com and be another Nas in a few years? Meaning that you could put 40 up and not be stressed out. You feel me? But if you put 40 on your neck, or if you put 40 towards some neck, meaning that you in a strip club tricking to get some neck, let's be real, you making it snowstorm and whatnot in Cocos, but for what? Because you are soliciting, you're paying down, you're investing on some box, bro. Let's keep it a buck. Whereas you could do some sexy shit and invest in some Google type of company and hit, and your shit is all over Billboard magazine, you're gonna get some neck anyway. How about that? You know what I'm talking about? It's the long game. Who's playing for the long game? Look at what Akon is doing. Long game. Okay? Long game. Look at what Nas is doing. Long game. They're not just throwing money around and acting all retarded, because in the mumble rap world, there's so many of them dying of overdoses. There's so many of them getting cased up. There's so many of them getting locked down. There's so many of them getting dropped from their labels that, you know, shout out to Meek Mills. They're OGs, the one that they look up to. Meek Mill is considered an elder to them or a young OG to them. He's telling them, don't blow your money on no watches, fam. Even in the lyrics, it's sprinkled in the lyrics. So there's a transition taking place. And with that whole head bumping thing that was going on between the younger generation and the older generation, and this year I'm seeing it begin to iron out. You're gonna see a lot of older rappers embrace the younger ones. And once they do that, they're gonna get into their ears. Because right now the younger ones, they get into the bag and they like, oh, these old heads trying to get my money. They trying to get close to me because I'm getting money. And that's not necessarily the case. They want to prevent you from getting raped.
Kodak said that about Master P.
Master P and whatnot. Yeah. You feel me? He kind of threw him under the bus, but I understand where he's coming from because he's still looking at Master P to say, look, what the hell did you do with all of that, with all of them bags that you got? Look, MC Hammer's a legend in the tech world. Chamillionaire's a legend in the tech world. Mike Jones is a legend in the tech world. These are people that, 40. These are people who they are not telling you about. Why not? Why are they not giving you the information in the rumor report? Why is Vlad not bringing them on the thing? Next to the same rapper that he talked about having shootouts. No, 35. The ones that were having shootouts and whatnot. The ones the Rollos of the world who were making millions off the trap. Why you not letting all of these young serial entrepreneurs get up there and talk about what they made off of their trap? Selling apps, tapping into the algorithms, tapping into the share economy, right? Why? But you know, where's the lyrics about investing in Lyft and Nas songs?
Vlad do. I'll give him credit. He did have Jay Morrison up there.
No,
before he came out with the Tulsa joint.
With the Tulsa joint, he gave him the platform.
So shout out to Vlad.
Shout out to Vlad. I'm not gonna throw you completely under the bus. Me and my shorty was talking about the importance of Vlad when it comes to what my good brother Lord Jamal, how he legitimized that platform. But how that platform legitimized Lord Jamal. You know what I'm saying? There's a relationship taking place. So he does sprinkle, I mean, the story about Nas was on Vlad. I'm more so speaking about the commentary on a weekly basis. Now, I like what he did with Rick Ross, not dude from Florida, Highway Ricky Ross, Lil D and all of those old drug dealers, how they kind of giving you the pros and the cons and, you know, stuff like that. But forget that shit. Where's our, you know what I mean? Like, Vlad is cool, but where's our comparative to a Vlad or a world star in 2019? What you see YouTube and all of them are doing. What I'm gonna do, what I'm doing for the month of February, what they call Black History Month, so it's not just me just talking and whatnot. We have a channel called KTL Empowerment, and I'm doing consistent streams and uploads with business owners, young entrepreneurs. I'm looking for big dogs. So it's very important that we begin to highlight the startups that are amongst us. It's very important that we begin to highlight the intellects, like that conversation, that brilliant, expertly delivered conversation that you and Blue had last night, where Blue was even talking about the brain drain. We suffer from that in the community, the brain drain, the fact that our intellects are being taken from us by by these corporations, and they're dangling carrots in front of them, but when they take them from us, we don't receive anything from those people except products or services, and it's going to benefit the corporation in which they are now contracted to and whatnot. So I'm saying that not only I should be doing that, there should be a lot more platforms that should be highlighting the tech boom and the people who look like us, who are movers and shakers and disruptors inside of the boom. They should be highlighting startups. The conversation about startups, we didn't even start to have that in the community yet. There's certain people don't even know what a startup is. They don't even know what startup communities are. You feel me? So, you know, that's what it is. That's what it's about. You know what I'm talking about? It's you know, it's time for that. The environment is ripe. The environment is ripe. Because to speak about entrepreneurship in the age of entrepreneurship, you're tapping into a stream, like I said, that's booming. So we could find more results in focusing on that and tapping into that, into giving out a lot of our intellectual energy into that, rather than focusing on things that will not benefit us, that will not empower us, and basically we don't got no answers and solutions to. Cause people be talking a lot about shit, but they don't got no smoke. They don't have any solutions to that. So why are they even talking about it? You know what I'm talking about? They don't have no. They're not coming with no real concrete penalties. So why even say the shit that they saying? So yeah, let's focus on building. Let's focus on that bag. Let's focus on utilizing the technology that's evolving at a fast pace, right? To propel us into a future that has been prophesized for us to exist within. You dig what I'm saying? Whatever we prayed for, whatever our blood, sweat, and tears were toiled for, all of these things, you don't think that there's nothing in technology that was created to benefit us by our ancestors? You don't think our ancestors play no role in making things a little bit easier for us? You feel me? There was something that Obama did in 2012 that I feel was the hallmark of his whole presidency, and that's the Jobs Act. The Jobs Act of 2012 allowed a Jay Morrison and the Tulsa Real Estate Fund to exist, because what it did was it allowed small businesses such as our businesses, such as the startups that we want to create, to raise millions upon millions of dollars without the SEC and other people telling us we can't do that. That was monumental. But that's equity. Obama signed it into law. That's called equity crowdfunding, not reward crowdfunding like Indiegogo and all of these other things, GoFundMe. Equity crowdfunding, something completely different. We could raise 500 million, 50 million. Oh, YouTube is taking down channels. You could make your own decentralized YouTube. Oh, black people are getting gentrified. Oh, you could buy your own town. Oh, the babies are you know, they're in danger of the pedophiles and whatnot. Well, you could create your own community right now. You could do anything that you want to do. You could create your own startup community. You could create your own commune. You could live on and off the grid. Anything is possible in these days and times. That's what we should be. That's what we should be hammering into the minds, into the subconsciousness of our babies, these single mothers that are out here, these single dads that are out here, these couples, these elders, everyone. Everyone. Shout out to the 800 or the 80,000 federal workers who are now, you know, safe on the plantation for a few weeks. Let's use that next check wisely. Let's break that shit up a little more responsibly and put the goddamn Gucci and a Louis bag to the side for a little while. Go to Canal Street if need be. You know what I'm saying? Or the Supreme fanny pack. You know what I'm talking about? You might want to put that to the side and go to Angel, go and follow Nas. So you niggas could wear Nas Taught Me t-shirts. You understand? AngelList.com. Put $100 up. Put $1,000 up. Or create your own. Go and get the algorithm. Go and get the code and write your own and get into that game. There's room. There's room for you to coexist in the digital realm and to be a goddamn boss.
Right, you know, I'm sure you've always heard since you're young, you can't lose invested in real estate. Invest in real estate. You can't lose invested in real estate. Real estate is everything. Do you think it's to the point in 2019 now where most people live their minds at least live in a virtual world, so the technology realm is a better investment than actual real estate at this point?
Well, domains are called virtual real estate.
Virtual real estate, yeah.
Domains flip like cocaine.
Yo, I was gonna buy a domain name the other day. The shit was $3,000, my brother.
Domains.
$3,000.
Domains are the new cocaine. People
Shout
is out there.
I'm gonna tell you
that,
honestly.
that.
The first person that told me that was Brother Polite about 7 years ago.
Yeah,
he said that
so
at an election.
The digital real estate is the website. So the same house that you could flip that you bought for 100 racks, you could build up a startup for 100 racks. If you got 100 racks and you invested in a startup, you could sell it to Amazon and Google for $1 billion. Do you know they sold Twitch for $960 million to Amazon? That's just a live stream website where they play video games on it. The propriety for the technology, I'm sure, was thousands of dollars, but god damn it, they're live streaming teenagers playing video games. That's it. So with all of that weed, all that GMO and all of that shit that y'all smoking from Cali, y'all sitting around, you know, in the crib, smoking all day. Some people leaning, other people is on kind of, you know what I'm saying? All kind of people are on all kind of other trips. Some people might be on the Bufu trip. Some people might be on the Acacia trip. Whatever trips that you're on, like Blue was saying, they got young Europeans, Indians, and continental Africans, both in Silicon Valley, over in a Flatiron district called Silicon Alley, and they're in other places taking the same trips, but they're coming back with intellectual property and they're monetizing it. What do you mean, Red Pill? They're coming back with ideas, and they're turning those ideas into apps. They're turning those ideas into algorithms. They're turning those ideas into solution-based software as a service. They're turning those ideas into code. They're turning those ideas into the bag, you bird-ass niggas. What are you doing? You know what I'm saying? What are you doing? Because y'all doing a lot of nothing while the world is turning. So I would say I would put my investments in both pots. But for right now, why I'm investing in digital real estate. You know what I'm talking about? I got my hand in a few pots and I'm investing in digital real estate. So if you were to put $100,000 in a crib, imagine what $100,000 in a website will look like on you. You done spent all of that money on Fiverr. You dressed it up. You bought a template. You got virtual assistants. What would that look like? And then 5 years later, when it comes time to sell it for 500 or a milli or a billy, you know, sky's the limit.
I just got 2 quick questions, Red. I know we about to get out of here. You got your beautiful daughter Bella chilling in the whip.
Yeah, Operation Billy.
I'm about to go meet up with Rich the Kid.
That's right.
Get him and
that's right. It's about these babies. I'm building her 2 websites.
Oh yeah, that's what's up.
That's my gift to her.
Oh shit, that's what's
right.
up, my brother.
2 websites.
Wow. Well, let me ask you this: do you see anything wrong? Like, say, a friend of yours, I start a company, or anybody you know starts a company, and it's booming, making millions and millions of dollars.
Booming.
Do you see anything wrong with me selling it to Zuckerberg if he comes with that $500 million check? Or do you think we need to try to hold on to it and stick with it? Is there anything, because Tesla sold PayPal and he done started some new shit. You know what I'm saying?
Tesla.
Yeah.
Elon Musk. So he's
Tesla. Yeah, Elon Musk. My
he
fault.
created Tesla after selling PayPal or the shares in PayPal. Now, going back to what I was saying about startups, right? One of the hallmarks of a startup is your exit strategy. So the reason why you start a startup is to sell it. Okay? It's about selling it off.
Zuckerberg ain't sell Facebook.
It's not.
When
He's selling the stocks in Facebook now. He went public on Facebook.
Yes. Okay.
So going back to what I said about the Jobs Act 2012, go and do your research. Don't take my word for it. That was one of the most powerful pieces of legislation that man put forth. Unless you in the LBGT community and him allowing y'all to get married, then y'all would relate to that. But for everybody else, it's the Jobs Act. And what the Jobs Act allowed you to do is the Jobs Act, like I said, it opened up the whole thing about equity. So now you start a business, guess who's coming right behind you to invest in it and to receive equity in your business? Nigga, Red Pill. So when Google approaches you with the bag, guess who you're gonna go to now? You're gonna go to your shareholders who have pieces of your company, who are owners in your company. But I have a vested interest in you now. So how do you cure the haterism in our community? How do you cure crabs in a barrel? You create equity. So the people who are now part of Tulsa real estate, they're not, Jay Morrison don't gotta worry about haters inside of his circle. Nigga, they're investors. They eating. They not gonna sabotage. I ain't eating. What the fuck? I'm gonna sabotage you. That's where you get saboteurs. That's where you get people who are trying to sink your ship because they sitting around watching you shine on social media, or they watching you float in the ghost and they feeling a kind of way. But when you offer them shares of your company, this is the Garvey model. Somebody pass me that Garvey real quick. This is the working model right here. This is why we celebrate the OG. This is a 100-year dynasty. He was cooking niggas in 1990. He came through cooking in 1990. So the Garvey model was what? Equity. He was offering you shares. You know what I'm talking about? He was offering you shares in his endeavors. Don't just say you rolling with red, nigga. Cash at me. You know what I'm talking about? Vote for me with $1. Money talks. Invest in the idea. Invest in the dream. Invest in the vision. Invest in the entrepreneurship. That's how you show your love. So that's what people did, and that's how the Tulsa real estate thing blew, because they invested in that man and his wife's vision, because he sold it to them in a proper way, and it just was the right timing. You know what I'm talking about? That's how you cure the problems and the stagnation in this community and in others. You tap into equity, the equity crowdfunding, and the equity in the aspect of investment in each other. So for you to sell, no, because when I invested in you already, I read your white paper, I already knew about your business, and you said that you had an exit strategy. And if you sell below your exit strategy, then I'm gonna have some. I don't care. You could sell it to Warren Buffett. You could sell it to whoever, as long as it's not weaponry and technology that they could use to suppress our people. God damn it, do your thing. Because I know that you're going to put that into 3 or 4 other businesses that you're going to leave to Rich the Kid, that you're going to leave to your wife, and that you're going to put into your trust. You feel me? So to hold on to stuff, unless it's super duper profitable, I mean, you're the business owner. You have the right to do what you want with your business. For the people that are telling you what you can do and what you can't do with your business, tell them to start their own, and they could do it on their own. And then they could tell themselves what to do. But as a business owner, there's strategies in business, so you should be able to do what it is that you have to do to move the needle in the position that you want it to be in. You feel me? It's only right. Don't judge me. You know what I mean? Let me get let me cook the way that I cook in my kitchen and do what it is that I do, and know that I have bigger aspirations. I got bigger dreams than maybe if I sold Kings County. I got bigger dreams than Kings County. And I need the startup money, because y'all not, you know, you can't shake a cup in the community. What you gonna do? Go train? You gonna go like the little kids in a basketball league selling candy?
With technology, and you talking about this tech boom, this is the last question real quick, my brother. A great, amazing interview. I hope the people, well, I know they were able to learn and gain something from it. But being that we started out talking about your fashion and your clothing company, and I seen Nike, they got the self-lacing sneaker coming out. Mm-hmm. What do you think about tech taking over the clothing industry, whereas tech is involved in that sweatshirt, tech is involved in that jacket and the sweats and your sneakers and everything else? Do you see that being the next wave with fashion?
Well, Internet of all things, IoT, go and look it up. You know, for the family that out there, you should even go ahead and look into taking some online courses and become certified, because in the next 10 years, that's going to be at the forefront. Internet of all things, meaning that everything will be connected. You know, excuse me with all of the 5G rants and whatnot. I'm not telling y'all to connect to 5G. I'm just saying that wearable technology is also, yeah, wearable tech is inside of that whole conglomerate, that $1 trillion conglomerate of IoT, Internet of All Things. Internet, wearable technology, Raspberry Pi, which is a super duper small processor that allows certain things like, you know, clothing to have LCD lighting on it. So there's shirts right now that have like moving lights on it. There's clothing that could change color in the certain kind of temperatures. Shit, Nicki Minaj had a weave to change colors and whatnot, you know. So there's all kind of technology being integrated into fashion. Technology is being integrated into health. Technology is being integrated into real estate and all kind of other things. So we're living in a disruptive society. Everything is being disrupted. Fashion is being disrupted. Entertainment is being disrupted. Media has been disrupted with new media and whatnot. So hey, you know, it's only right. It's in a progression of that. And for those of us who are, you know, we want to expand our brands, I would love for my clothing to have a form of technology where you could learn and wear it at the same time. You could take the jacket off and plug it into the USB, or it might have a Bluetooth in it, and it will give you a documentary on Tut, shot exclusively by Kings County Productions. How about it? You know what I mean? So yeah, let's get into some aspect of that. The children wearing clothes. What if the children have clothing of all of the leaders and whatnot, of all of our icons, and it was teaching them at the same time in their earbuds? You know what I mean? So as long as we utilize technology to enhance, because like Blue broke down, we live in a world where intellect is at the top of the pyramid. That is the capstone. It's not you niggas' bag. Has nothing to do. It has nothing to do with your credit score, your money, nothing. It's about intellect. So as long as technology is increasing our intellect and pushing that envelope, I'm all for it. Other than that, you just exposing yourself to the blue light and to radiation and wasting time. Loving light to the family, Cash App, Red Pillar, right? kingscounty.bigcartel.com. And like I said, look out for the channel. The Evolution will be digitized 2020. That book is coming. Facts Initiative 2020. Facts 2020 is coming. And yeah, shout out to Vegas. We'll be there 222 February 22nd. Kemet in the Desert Part 6, March 9th. We'll be in New Haven, Connecticut with Cambada. Love and light to the family. Peace.
Peace, family.